And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Well, Thursday, folks. Thursday night football in the kickoff of week 4 in the NFL, and it's crazy. We are 4 weeks in. Are we? What? Damn, the NFL season goes by. It goes by so quick. It's insane. Everything else drags on. The NBA drags on. The NBA offseason drags on. The NFL offseason, I mean, the biggest drag of any drag. Baseball, they got one week off, and then they're right back at it. So week 4, once again, we all have to relish in it. We relish in every single week, all right, folks? So if you got a team, even though they're bad, I know, we'd still, let me say this. Would we rather have our teams lose, watch our teams lose, and watch no game at all? I think I go for the L instead of no game. Give me 12 straight months of football, and I'll watch my team lose every game. That's fine. Just give me a game to watch, baby. So, week 4 kicks off today. So, we make our predictions on the lines. We react to all the lines this week. We make our official pick for tonight's game. We'll break it down as well. Should be a good one. Seahawks at Cardinals to kick us off here. And we may be able to get some good value. We may. Alrighty, so we've got that today. We got some stories to talk about, so let's just jump right into it with the first story. And this is the only basketball story, but man, I'm gushing. Damn. I was gushing about this man at the end of last season because we saw he was in the best shape, but now, damn, he's in even better shape, folks. Zion Williamson. He's back in the best shape of his career, the best shape of his life. No more fat Zion, so I gotta give it up for him, folks. Zion, Luka, Debo, they're proving all the doubters wrong. They're not fat. They can lose the weight, and it's very inspiring, so shout out. But folks, watch out for this Pelicans team. They are going to be knocking on the door if Zion can kind of return to form, which, man, I think he can. So Zion getting slimmed down. We love it. We get this by him.
We came up with a plan, and from boxing to working out on the football field a lot.
Yeah. Boxing,
to
NFL,
just different random workouts. And during that time frame last year, I really felt a shift in my body to where I would look at him and go, dude, it feels good to feel good. Yeah. I haven't felt like this since college, high school, just where I can walk in the gym and I'm like, I feel good.
Yeah.
We came up.
Damn, he's feeling good, folks. It feels good to feel good, and no fake on that. So here we go, Pelicans, folks. They've got something, a little bit, kind of, not, where is this guy at? Am I bugging? Where's their roster? Where's Zion here? Is he not? Why is he not listed on the team? Okay. Okay. Well, they got to Jose Alvarado and Kelly Olynyk. So that's their squad. That's their squad. DeJounte Murray. Now we're going. Okay, they don't got their depth chart updated at all, but they've got Derek Queen. They've got some players here. I hate Jordan Poole, but all right. DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, Kevon Looney. There's some players here, folks. There's some big dogs on this team. Herbert Jones. So Watch out for this Pelicans team, and I'm really rooting for Zion, folks, truly. So go out there, stay slim down, and let's see what a true prime form Zion can do in the league, because man, if all the reports and kind of predictions are right, there's a demon coming, folks. There's a demon. Alrighty, that's the only basketball story we had to touch upon. So now let's shift gears to the NFL, which here it is. Here's the big announcement announced yesterday. This is going to change it all. They're back, baby. The 0-3 New York Giants, folks, are making a quarterback change. Brian Daboll confirmed yesterday that the team intends to start Jackson Dart for the rest of the season. Russell Wilson will back up. So there it is. There you go, Brian. There you go. All right. You got your quarterback, you got your system, you got your roster. The team is now finally all yours. Finally. After 5-6 years of being here, he finally has the quarterback that he can be successful with. So, folks, watch out for the Giants for the rest of the year, because they're going to run the table. It was just a quarterback. That's it. That was all that's wrong with this team. We hear it straight from wide receiver number one's mouth, folk. Listen, it's all the quarterback. Here we go.
It ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. It ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. I mean, take a look. It ain't the quarterback.
What do you think?
Are we listening, folks? It's the quarterback. You hear it right there. He says it multiple times. It's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. Are we not listening to our star players? Here he goes again. Listen again. Listen carefully, folks. He says it's the quarterback. Here we go.
It ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. I mean, take a look. It ain't the quarterback.
The question, why is the New York Giants so successful? Why can they go from Daniel Jones to Drew Lock and still win games and be successful? We hear Malik Neighbors say it's not the quarterback. Doesn't matter what quarterback you got in the New York Giants. We're going to win games because Brian Daboll is so smart. It's not the quarterback. We can win with any quarterback here. Brian Daboll is the reason why the Giants are so good, folks. I've got this entire thing wrong. The Giants are actually not good, and Malik Neighbors is saying it's not. It's not the quarterback.
It ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. I mean, take a look.
Same outcome, folks. When we had Daniel Jones as the quarterback, same outcome. When we went to Drew Lock, same outcome. When we went to Russell Wilson, same outcome. When we go to Jackson Dart, same outcome. It's not the quarterback, folks. This is coming from Malik Neighbors. This is no scrub, okay? Brian Daboll is a bonehead. He does not know offense. The NFL has passed him by. If he truly was successful and truly deserves credit for those Josh Allen days, then okay. But now the league's passed you by. They figured out your scheme. Wasn't that difficult to find out. Okay. So, doesn't matter. Jackson Dart, dartboard, it doesn't matter. They're still going to lose and still look so pathetic on offense, and then everyone's going to be scratching their head. Well, they gotta probably draft another quarterback, right? Jameis Winston could turn this team around, but I won't go down that road. So Jackson Dart taking over the starting job here, folks. In these next games up, he's going to be great. I mean, this is the perfect time. We got to shout out Brian Daboll. Back against the wall, ass on the hot seat, and he makes the quarterback switch at the right time. I mean, because these are all cakewalks, getting your rookie quarterback kind of acclimated, right? He starts this week against the Chargers. Woof. We know that defense is pretty fucking good. Okay. Held Bo Nix to basically nothing. He had a 50-yard touchdown pass, and once again, that's the only reason why the Broncos score, Bo Nix scores. When teams only score by throwing 50-yard bombs, it means they're not a good team. A la the Giants doing it against the Cowboys week 2, and everybody kind of thinking, oh, the Giants are kind of back, and then they go and lay a goose egg the next week. If you're having to rely on faking out the defense and going deep, you're not a good team. Broncos, Saints, Giants. Let me digress a little bit on that. But you go against the Chargers this week, so yeah, you're giving them a nice warm welcome there, Brian. Very smart, very sharp. Let's have our rookie quarterback make his first start against the second best team in the entire NFL, the Los Angeles Chargers. Should have started him next week, against the Saints. Now, that's a good, winnable game. You push him out there. You couldn't go Russell Wilson one more week and then start Jackson Dart against the Saints? After the Saints, it doesn't get easy, though, folks. Then they go and face that Eagles team. Then they go and face that great Denver team, right? Best defense in the league, we keep hearing. PS2 keeps getting cooked. Is PS2 even a good cornerback? I don't know about it, folks. I don't know. And then they've got the Eagles again. So, Jackson Dart, welcome to the NFL, baby. The entire organization's future's on your shoulders. The entire blame is going to be placed on your head if you don't win. And you got some demons coming up on the schedule. So, good luck, Jackson. Good luck with your bonehead, offensive-minded head coach Brian Daboll. And Russell Wilson, in classic Russell Wilson fashion, says, hey, I'm not done. Yes, they're benching me, but I still got it, baby. Have you not seen me throw the ball out of bounds? I can do it pretty good. So we'll see if anybody makes the call for Russell Wilson. We'll see if anybody makes the call for Jameis Winston. Once again, I'm screaming at the Bengals to go and get Jameis Winston, but seems like the Bengals are fine mailing in the rest of the season. Or they truly believe in Jake Browning, but after last week, it showed us exactly who we knew Jake Browning was. So we'll see if anybody picks up Russell Wilson, but I think he's going to unfortunately fade into oblivion, and his NFL career may be over. Unfortunate for Russell. Had a great start to his career, and then, man, his head got so big. His head got so big when he started dating Sierra and then started to be a father to Future's kids. I mean, he really took it to heart and ballooned up his head. But so shout out to OG Russell. I liked OG Russell. I didn't like this new age Russell. I miss the old Russell Wilson. You know what I mean, folks? All right. Let's keep going here. That's all the Giants news. Thank goodness. I'm dying to see what the line is. It doesn't matter, folks. When we get to the lines for this week, we are not betting the Giants. They're probably getting points. I'm sure the national media is going to be munching it up. Brian Daboll cannot scheme in the red zone. They will not put up any points. Alrighty, let's keep going here, folks. But rest assured, folks. You guys are always so paranoid, y'all. Damn. All y'all with your paranoia all the time. Will you settle down? Tom Brady's doing nothing wrong. And the fact that you would even think that this man would ever even think about doing anything wrong, it's despicable and it's deplorable. When has Tom Brady ever skirted the rules, folks, huh? Never. This is an honest man here. There was never any Deflategate. There was never any Spygate. And if there was, he had no, I didn't know anything about it. I got duped into it. We know these millionaires and billionaires can be duped and swindled very easily. We know this. But Tom Brady, he blames paranoia and distrust for the conflict of interest criticism. He says, whoa. Conflict of interest? I'm doing everything by the book. I'm not doing anything wrong here. And the fact that anybody thinks I'm doing anything wrong is crazy. It's all this paranoia and distrust. You know, Tom Brady, he was part of that, you know, great crypto, right? That was on the straight and narrow and nobody went to jail for. Sam Bankman-Fried didn't go to jail. FTX wasn't a big scam. Tom Brady wasn't a big endorser of that. It was Tom Brady and Matt Damon. Fortune favors the bold. As I swindle and scheme and I literally swindle everybody right in their face. And I want to say more, but I cannot. Potential employment opportunities are going to bar me from saying what else I want to say. But I don't know. I don't know about Tom Brady. I think we are right to be a little paranoid and a little distrustful for what Tom Brady has done throughout his entire career. So, once again, it's just so tiresome, folks. So tiresome. You know, oh, you guys are just paranoid. We're not doing anything. The NFL's not doing anything wrong. Nobody's ever doing anything wrong. You guys are just so paranoid. You guys are on the internet too much. You guys are just on the internet way too much and need to calm down. So, Tom Brady's not doing anything wrong. We're hearing it right from his mouth. It's all you guys are just too paranoid and too distrustful. Okay, Tom. All right. Alrighty, and that may not even be the worst thing you'll hear. I mean, hearing that from Tom Brady, it's a little disrespectful that he would, you know, play us. It's like everybody always takes us as so dumb all the time. It's like, oh, you know, we see you being in the production meetings and now you're actually in the booth in games. I mean, I think that gives everybody the kind of right to be a little hesitant, to be a little questioning. To write it off as distrust and paranoia, I think, is a slap in the face to everybody. Everybody thinks everybody's so stupid. And most people are stupid. Oh man. There are a lot of dumb people out there. But there is 7 billion people in the earth. So, you know, there's going to be smart people as well. Everything's 50-50, and that's another thing. I don't want to get too deep into this, but basically everything is 50-50. So the fact that we're all arguing with each other when basically every decision is kind of like I agree or disagree. Every issue is basically really, really 50-50. 47-53. It all averages out pretty kind of fairly, folks. So everybody just needs to settle down. Everybody just needs to settle down in general. Can I get an amen on this? Everybody just take a deep breath in. Settle down. All right, but this we get up in arms about because this is disgusting, honestly. After the game, stop with your podcast. If you're an athlete, you can't have a podcast. I don't care. Everybody, and once again, everybody trying to do everything. Why do you need to do everything? I got to be an athlete and a podcaster, and I got to host ESPN, and I got to host a game show, and I got to daily stream on Twitch, and I got to do TikTok. Why does everybody have to be everything? Can you not just do your one thing and leave other things to other people? I don't like athletes being podcasters. I don't. I really don't. And I really don't like you having a game and then going home and then podcasting. And I truly, truly hate if you've lost that game and really looked ugly in the game and then you go back and podcast. Not a great look. We should be watching film, shouldn't we? Should we not be watching film instead of podcasting? Because that's your job. Are you getting paid millions of dollars to podcast? Or are you getting $1 million to watch film and get better? And not be 0-3 or 1-2. Marlon Humphrey, folks. Marlon Humphrey. After the loss, does a live podcast. Here we go. This is the intro. This is 2 minutes of it. Here we go.
Hello, guys. We are here at the Marlon Humphrey Show, and this is live, fresh off a Monday Night Football loss. You know, I feel like you always got to address the workplace just a tad bit. It was
those first 15 seconds. If I was a Ravens fan, I burn my jerseys. I quit the team. This is what we're doing after a loss? That's the intro, first of all? This is what you have to do? I start all my shows a little bit more energetic than that, and I get you lost, but...
Hello, guys. We are here at the Marlon Humphrey Show, and
we're here at the Marlon Humphrey Show, and it's
live.
And we are live. Where's that energy? People listen to this snooze fest? Sheesh, couldn't be me. And we are live. Welcome back to the Marlon Humphrey Show. Man, oh man, we just got our ass kicked, folks. Sheesh, fresh off that ass kicking, that loss, and I know, Flock Nation, you don't want to hear that, and we looked real ugly out there. Derrick Henry, dumb Derrick goofball, couldn't hang on to the dang football, that guy. Spice it up a little bit, Marlon, sheesh. So, this is not good. People are coming after him, and rightfully so, folks. Rightfully so. Do your talking on the field. Let your play do the talking. I don't need you to go on a podcast after a loss and then be like, I don't know why we're so bad. Does anybody in the chat know? Does anybody in the chat have a reason why we're bad? I don't want to hear any of this. I don't want to hear from you. I'll see you next Sunday on the field when you're kicking ass after that embarrassment.
Company.
The man, he's got his hair in a towel. I don't know what we're going for here.
Didn't go great.
Didn't go great. The game didn't go great. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to hear from my player. The game didn't go great. Sorry, guys. The game didn't go great. We lost. Oh, shucks, oh well. Well, we're at the Marlon Humphrey Show, so let's get over it and let's do something funny. Let's go on Twitter and react to videos. Yeah, not get in the lab and get better. Let's react to my shit play on the football field. Stop having podcasts. Have the off-season podcast, okay. All right. Travis Kelce's podcast. New heights, so good. And they're all fucking shit. Travis Kelce can't catch for shit, and the other one's retired, so he can do whatever he wants. Although he's a little bit too much on ESPN, but I'll digress on that. So yes, have your podcast and be shit. Just like, what were those anonymous sources saying about Tom Brady? Those anonymous executives. Yes, we like them in the production. Keep them in there. Less time to work and make the Raiders better. Yeah, because the Raiders are shit too. Tom Brady's podcasting everywhere. He's opening a card shop. Oh, Tom Brady's cards. Tom Brady's this. Tom Brady's that. And I own this team. And I'm doing all this. And I can't even focus on one thing at once and make one thing good. How about you focus on making one thing good? Because Marlon Humphrey has a shit team and a shit podcast. How about you focus on one or the other? Tom Brady's got a shit NFL team, a shit card company, a shit family, unfortunately. I mean, he's got to focus on one thing. So please stop. Stop with the podcasts. You've got millions of dollars. Wait till you're done. Do it after. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Micah Parsons doesn't even want to play football. He was this close to being free, but then the Packers had to trade for him. He's like, fuck. I really just wanted to kind of retire quietly and then do a podcast. HBO Max sponsored. Let me do the talk. I'll do the talking for everybody, okay? Look, he chose his, Tom Brady chose his football over family. Why are you getting mad at me? That was his decision. Everybody's leaving their families. Nobody can even focus on their families. Everyone's so preoccupied with doing other things. That's how bad attention span is, folks. You own the team, you have a family, and that's not even enough. Oh, I got to get into the card game. Oh, I got to get into the Fanatics game. Oh, I got to get into this. Can everybody just... I don't... Like, what are we doing here? Everybody needs to be everything. I don't think that's healthy for society. I don't know what you want from me. That's why we've got, like, those games. That's why we've got kind of, like, GTA. And that's why we got, like, Half-Life. You can go live out those other dreams in video game form. You don't get to do everything. All right, let's move on. Here we go. Michael Penix Jr., folks. Michael Penix Jr., no reason to really worry. Yes, he had a big old stinker. First team in 2 seasons to not have a play past the opponent's 30-yard line. It was real ugly. The kicker was missing everything. Michael Penix Jr. didn't look good. And now we have the offensive coordinator being brought down onto the field. Boots on the ground. Raheem Morris wants to get a little bit of a better look overall on what's going on offensively. So we'll see if the Falcons can turn it around, but you don't got to worry about a benching. There's no quarterback controversy. This is still Michael Penix Jr.'s job. The quote here by head coach Raheem Morris says, quote, Kirk lost his job last year. We're not even close to that with Mike. He had a bad game. So they're chalking it up to one bad game. They're fine with that. They're going to move on, and we'll see if they can kind of get over it this week, those offensive woes that we saw. Alrighty, now, Arch Manning, let's talk about him for a second. He has not looked good, but the stats are right on par with the other Mannings. First 6 college starts, Arch Manning, 1,600 yards. Eli Manning, 1,600 yards. Peyton Manning, 1,600 yards. Total touchdowns, 19 for Arch, 14 for Eli, 13 for Peyton. So way more touchdowns. Interceptions, Arch Manning had 5. Eli had 1. Peyton had 3. In the records in the first 6 starts, they're all 5-1. So Arch is on the Manning trajectory. There's no reason to get too down on him, but I am going to get down on him because when I watch him play, it doesn't look good. It looks slow. He's going to have to kind of, get a little bit more zip on the ball, get a little bit more power in that arm. Everyone gushes about his running game as well. Nah, it's okay. I don't know if it's going to translate to the NFL. We'll see. But the stats say don't freak out. The film gives me a little pause. All right, more changes here in the NFL, and this is good. This is good change, and change we may be able to cash in on a little off the rip. Brian Callahan, the head coach for the Tennessee Titans, is handing over play calling. Yes, thank goodness. Play calling wasn't anything crazy, and we see week after week multiple botched calls, not knowing the rules by Brian Callahan. 2 weeks ago thought, you got to get 2 knees in bounds. 1 knee isn't 2 feet, he said, which it is. Get that knee in bounds, that's 2 feet. You don't got to worry about it. Didn't challenge the play, potentially cost him the game and all that. So Brian Callahan giving up play calling duties and just focusing more on just the overall head coaching. And yes, thank goodness, more head coaches need to do this. It's too much on your plate. It's too much for most head coaches to handle, being the head coach, having your pulse on the team, keeping everybody in line, keeping everybody focused, and calling plays and schematically scheming against the defense week in and week out. Not every head coach can do it, and really no head coach can do it besides maybe Andy Reid. Maybe Sean McVay. Maybe Matt LaFleur a little bit. Obviously, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, but most of the time you cannot do it. Mike McDaniel is struggling. Mike McDaniel is, if you can see his feet underwater, they are going crazy trying to tread that water. The man is almost drowning in it. So Brian Callahan says, you know what? Let me give up play calling duties. Let me pass them down to the quarterback coach, Bo Hardigan. Hardigree. Which is good. Because Bo Hardegree has, been around the block. He knows quarterback. He knows offense. That's all he's done his entire career. Started with 2014 Broncos as the offensive quality control coach, offensive assistant coach. He was a quarterbacks coach in Miami for a few years, offensive assistant coach with the Jets, offensive quality control coach with the Patriots and the Raiders, quarterbacks coach with the Raiders, interim offensive coordinator with the Raiders, and for the last 2 years has been the quarterbacks coach. So I like this for the Titans. We can maybe expect their points to go up a little bit. A lot of drops by the receivers that we've seen so far, but maybe just easing Cam Ward into the games a little bit more. We have seen Cam Ward get better almost every single game, so this is a nice, exciting change for the Titans, and one we may be able to cash in on if the value is right. Once again, we're getting to the lines a little bit later in the show. We only got a couple more stories to go through, so we're almost there on the lines, and we may be able to bet the Titans with some points this week, folks, and feel real good about it. But we got to give credit to Brian Callahan, because this was just him last week at the podium.
Yeah, I have zero disappointment in my play calling. I mean, I don't have any disappointment in that at all.
He was the one calling plays, and he said he had zero disappointment. This was after the game, after they keep losing. He had zero disappointment in his offensive play callings, laughing it off. Why are you looking at me? I'm not the reason why this team sucks, why this offense is not rolling. Not me. Once again, we all got to look in the mirror a little bit. Once again, we all got to kind of accept responsibility at some times. And this is why I got to kind of give Brian Callahan a little bit of a shout out here. Taking accountability, whether forced into it or not. But knowing that maybe the play calling was a little bit of an issue. A little bit too much on his plate here. Maybe he should focus on the rules, on the overall team, and let somebody else call the plays. So I love this with the Titans, and we'll see if we can cash in on it today. Alrighty. We had this week as well. The Texans released newly signed defensive back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Damn. DeMeco Ryans goes to the podium, and he, kind of kept everything a little hush-hush, said, you know what, it just didn't work out. The fit just didn't work out. And we're going to move on, for the betterment of the team. So we saw the Texans start 0-3, not good. They're trying to, figure out what's going on, what's going wrong. They have been facing tough teams the first 3 weeks. But seems like DeMeco Ryans didn't like the attitude that C.J. Gardner-Johnson was bringing to the team and to the locker room, maybe breaking up some of the team a little bit, and DeMeco Ryans kicks him out. So we'll see where C.J. Gardner-Johnson goes as he goes back to the Eagles after he kind of called them out after he left them this season. So somebody on the market, and I'm sure he gets picked up. Alrighty, and this is, and I like this. Standing up for our fellow players, our fellow athletes, and always looking out for the betterment of them. And I got to shout out Brendan Fayoko, brother of Simi Fayoko. Shout out to all the Fayokos. I'm a fan of the Fayokos. The college Fayokos, they were good. They didn't translate too well to the NFL, but still shout out to them. They've scored in the NFL. Shout out to them. But we know that Najee Harris suffered a torn Achilles. I mean, so unfortunate. Just a great running back, always 1,000 yards every single year. And we never like to see anybody getting injured. But Brendan Fayoko comes to his defense on social media, and so rightfully so. This is his tweet. Brendan Fayoko says, quote, "Went from playing on grass his whole NFL career in Pittsburgh to playing on turf at SoFi. The body over time starts to adjust to what it likes. Until they ban turf, you will see more ACLs and Achilles. Turf has no give in, although you run faster, your tendons have no protection." So once again, another outcry that's going to go unheard. The NFL doesn't care. They, they sweep the CTE all under the rug, all those medical reports and findings. They sweep them under the rug. Here, wear this. Hey, wear this cloth over your helmet. This will do it. oh, we actually have no data that, says, that turf causes more injuries, soft tissue injuries. We have no data on that. Sorry. Even though every single athlete says they like grass better. Every single one. Yes, you move faster on turf, but it's not as forgiving. It hurts more when you get tackled. You could tear your ACL pretty easily. Aaron Rodgers, Najee Harris. Once again, Aaron Rodgers always from Green Bay. 1 year with the turf. Goes to the Steelers looking good. Najee Harris always with the Steelers. Always 1,000 yards. You go to SoFi. We had the soccer players coming over here internationally for the that World Cup. And they're like, yeah, this is shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Embarrassing America. Give it up for Roger Goodell, folks. Truly, truly. Making America an embarrassment on the athletic stage. Ah! Look at all those Americans getting injured because they're running on fake grass. Fake artificial grass. Look at those dumb Americans thinking they're so smart. Ah! Those cheap Americans can't invest into grass. The maintain of grass is too expensive. Too expensive. Healthcare too expensive. Grass maintenance too expensive. Shout out to America, folks, the greatest country in the world, where our athletes can't even get the best for them. Can't even give the athletes the best. Always got to cut corners. Shout out America, always trying to cut costs, cut corners. The American way, the American dream. How can I get as rich as possible by cutting as many corners as possible? Welcome to America. So, shout out to Brendan Fayoko, brave enough to say what others won't. Najee Harris, we stand with you and we stand with grass. All right, we also stand for holding onto the ball and catching the ball. We get Liam Cohen on why the Jaguars are dropping so many balls. And it's apparent, and, this has always kind of been with the Jags. We saw it last year. Was really hoping it would get cleaned up this year. People are still kind of knocking Trevor Lawrence. Look, Trevor Lawrence, I'm not saying is the best quarterback ever or, a top 5 or anything like that. But a lot of these drops are truly on the receivers. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is out there a little slinging every single week. And these balls just keep getting dropped. Red zone, end zone, everywhere. Deep balls, deep shots, all drops. And Liam Cohen's trying to fix it. We get this quote here.
No, not quite. I think one thing I mentioned the other day was just we've got to attack the ball more, I think, with our hands instead of letting it maybe get into the body at times. We always talk about not trying to let the ball cross our eyes. So if it's an in-breaker or even an out-breaker, trying not to let it cross you this way at all. There's a difference.
So once again, just brings up the point. Hey, Marvin Harrison Jr., are you listening? Catching the ball with the hands, not letting it come into our body. I know it feels a little bit better. You let the ball come into your body. You can protect yourself a little bit more easily. You go out there for the ball. You put yourself into harm's way. I get it. Nobody wants to be hit. Nobody wants to be smacked. Nobody wants to be, concussed over the middle of the field going for a ball. I get it. But at the end of the day, that is your job, and you got to catch the ball with your hands. So we'll see if this can get cleaned up. Hopefully it does, because this Jags team, this is a good team here, folks. All right, is this our last story? What is this? No, a few more, 3 more, and then we're getting into the live prediction reaction of the Week 4 betting lines in the NFL. All righty, but back to Jaden Daniels' mother. We got to give her a round of applause. Shout out to Regina Jackson, baby. She's doing it right. She's doing it right. Once again, everybody is so upset with Regina Jackson, Jaden Daniels' mom, always kind of, being by his side, helicopter parenting always over his shoulder. But yes, this is exactly where she needs to be. Once again, everyone's trying to fuck everybody. We go over this. We've known this.
He's a kid.
But this is what she has to say. This is great. This is brilliant.
He's a kid. And I don't know why we stop parenting kids at a certain age, but that's for a later show.
Yes, exactly. First of all, he is still a kid. And I know it's so annoying. I was annoyed when I was hearing this growing up. You're not really, the brain doesn't fully mature until like 24, 26. You're still a kid, all this. And when I was growing up, 2021, when somebody would tell this to me, I'd be like, dude, shut the fuck. Who are you talking to? Shut up. I get it. But it's true. I'm about to turn 30 in 2 days. That's crazy. Goddamn, 2 days. I didn't know it was sneaking up that quick. But I'm about to be 30 in 2 days, folks. And yes, I know a lot more now than I did when I was 20. And I see a little bit more of the business world and just the overall world and how it works and how people think and how people work. I know more now. So yes, why do we stop parenting at a certain age? Why are we kicking kids out of the house at 18? That's the craziest thing. America is really the only one that does that. Every other country, everybody lives together. The whole family lives together. And that's really what it should be. I mean, kids should not be kicked out of the house at 18. I do not care. Kids should stay as long as they want, to be honest. As long as they're not, acting up. So, I agree 100% with everything Regina Jackson here is saying. Jaden Daniels, do you need a father figure? Do you need a father? We see the mother all the time. I'll be your father. I agree with your mother.
The thing is he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And
he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And Regina Jackson, folks, she is an official agent. A certified NFL agent. So she knows the biz. She knows the game. She's trying to help out her son a little bit. And everybody's getting mad at that?
Doing. And he does it very well. And he's been, very acclimated in sports since he was young. But he doesn't know the business world. He doesn't know the predators or the vultures that could be out there. And so he feels very comfortable in knowing that not only am I educated and qualified to do it, I'm also his mom. And, the thing is, I think we're changing the narrative that hasn't been out there. So it looks a little different than what people are used to, because not
exactly. It looks a little bit different than what people are used to, and that's why people have an issue. People don't like change. People like to get mad when things are different from the way they do it. That angers them, and then they get mad, and then they speak out. So, shout out to Regina Jackson, baby. Jaden Daniels, you got a smart mother, okay? Don't listen to the whole media and Trey Wingo, okay? Listen to your mother. All right, final two here. We got a shout out big time here. Once again, everyone's trying to, outlaw special teams and get special teams out of football. Nobody wants field goals anymore. No one wants kickoffs, all that. But when people are, looking on how to refine the game and gaining an advantage, we got to shout out the Panthers. And we shouted them out when we were going over their game. But their great job with their kicker of putting the ball in the landing zone at the right spot where it bounces so the returner can't get it and they get a favorable starting field position here. Panthers kicker Ryan Fitzgerald on his knuckleball kickoff says, quote, "We want it to be hard to track in the air and hard to catch whenever it hits the ground." And I mean, we saw the play this week against the Falcons. It bounces right at the 15-yard line. The returner thought it would just kind of like bounce into his chest. It doesn't. It goes back down to the 2-yard line where he corrals it. And then the Panthers' kicking game is there at the 10-yard line to bring them down. So Falcons, instead of starting at the 35 or even the 25, they had to start at the 10-yard line. And with that offense that couldn't do shit last week, they put up 0 points. So we'll see if the Panthers kicker going to be the MVP of the team? I mean, it truly could be so. So shout out to these kickers, these special teamers that are looking at the new rule and finding a way on how to be good at it. Well done. Yeah, we'll skip this. We'll skip this and go right to this. Alrighty, so those are all the stories we had to go over for today. But now it's time to talk the talk. Talk that money talk. How can we cash in this week, week 4 in the NFL? What are the lines looking like? What are the values? Where is that juice? Where is that gush? So we predict and react to all the lines here, week 4 in the NFL. And we start with Thursday Night Football. The game on tonight should be a good one. We got Seahawks at Cardinals. Now, this Seahawks defense, it looked very good last week. Sam Darnold, everyone's praising. The national media has him ranked as like the best quarterback in the league. Okay, all right. I don't know if I agree. They're still gushing over him. And then the Cardinals, on the other hand, I mean, once again, we cannot believe into Kyler Murray. He always beefs it. He doesn't lock in when he needs to. The situational game awareness eludes him. Marvin Harrison Jr. is having the Jags problem where he isn't catching the ball with his hands. And once again, that is not getting cleaned up at all. Jonathan Gannon, I don't see him as any difference maker as a head coach. I don't know if anybody really respects him. They've got a lot of talent. Now, no James Conner. He's out, unfortunately. Rest up to the running back. Shout out to Trey McBride, but that's not, being the difference maker either. Now, Seahawks on the road. We get the Cardinals -3 for being at home, but I think the Seahawks team is just playing better. I like Sam Darnold now than Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray's ceiling, but once again, it doesn't seem like he puts in the work. And I like the Seahawks defense better than the Cardinals defense. I'm going to call this one Seahawks -2.5. Hopefully we get it under that field goal hook. Seahawks on the road, and I think this is an easy munch tonight. So we're going to call it Seahawks -2.5, and it's Seahawks -1.5. So Vegas is saying this is clearly the better team. I agree, and I think that's an easy play tonight. This Seahawks defense, I think, wins them the game, and whatever Sam Darnold does is just a cherry on top. Give me the Seahawks -1.5. Alrighty, now we move to the Ireland game, 9:30 Eastern, folks. We got football on all day Sunday from wake up to wake down. So, over across a pond, a body of water, we got Vikings at Steelers. Vikings at Steelers. Now, there's obviously no home team, so nobody's going to be on that -3 to start with. We put them both at kind of 0-0. But I will say, the Steelers defense started to wake up last week, started to get it going, and I kind of expect that to continue to go as the season progresses. First 2 weeks were real ugly. They got it cleaned up last week. Vikings, Carson Wentz is kind of an upgrade from J.J. McCarthy, and we kind of knew that was going to be the case, and we saw that last week. And we also saw that Vikings defense absolutely come alive, which we always knew. Once again, shout out to Brian Daboll, the smartest defensive mind in the game. This is really interesting. I mean, with these international games, you kind of look at who's got the better coach, and we see Kevin O'Connell and Mike Tomlin, I mean, really, really equal as coaches. Then we look at kind of the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers now, Carson Wentz. I mean, Aaron Rodgers may be a little bit of a leg up, but both at the end of the day, above average game managers at this point in their careers. This is going to be a really great one. This is going to be a great game. And honestly, I'm going to give a little edge to the Vikings. A little bit younger, a little bit more spry. I think a little bit more schematically ahead of the curve overall, offensively, defensively. I'm going to give it to the Vikings and call it Vikings minus 1.5. Vikings minus 1.5. And it's Vikings minus 2.5. So Vegas a little bit more gushing, but overall on the same thought process as Vegas. This Vikings team overall, offensively, defensively, I know it's kind of they're very close, but we give the edges in those categories to this kind of younger, sharper Vikings team. Probably a good game to stay away from. This is going to be a good one to wake up to, I'll tell you. Alrighty, next game up is Chargers at Giants. Oh boy, Jackson Dart versus Turbo Herbo. This is easily Giants minus 10, right? Obviously not. Jackson Dart doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chargers, y'all know how I feel about them. I think they're the second best team in the entire league. Defense, offense, and this defense, folks, nobody talks about it. Everyone wants to talk about Jimbo and Herbert, and rightfully so. I'll talk about Herbert. But this defense, folks, it's absolutely slept on, and Brian Daboll doesn't know shit about fuck. We know. So I'm going to call this one, and I'm going to call this one disrespectful. I'm going to call it Chargers minus 5.5. We'll watch everybody gush and gobble up Jackson Dart 5.5 points, and we'll all cash at minus 5.5 for the Chargers. And look at that. Chargers minus 6. Bank. Go ahead, take your points. Take your points right now, folks. I know you're gushing. You're gushing with the plus 6. Go ahead, eat them up. Eat them up. Folks, I'm telling y'all, do not fall into it. Do not fall into the dartboard trap. Alrighty, next game up here, we got Saints at Bills, and I mean, goddamn, dude. Goddamn, Saints. Sheesh, this is ugly. I mean, I have to call this one Bills minus 17.5. Bills minus 15.5. Yes, that's fine to swallow. Look, this Saints team is not going to put up any points. I mean, this is the bet here, folks. Team total. Game specials. No. Team props. Team totals. I want the Saints under 7.5 points. Yes. Under 7.5 points at plus 470. That's the play. And then the lock, LOK lock, would be under 10.5 at plus 235. Shout out to Spencer Rattler, but this is ugly, and this is ugly before the game even starts. I mean, they're done. This isn't even a game, folks. It's ugly. Alrighty, let's keep going. Next one up, we got Browns at Lions, and this is going to be sneaky interesting. We'll see. We may get enough points where we take the Browns here. The Browns may have a sneaky good defense. I know they gave up a lot of points to the Ravens week 2. I get that, but divisional game, a little bit of an outlier. Last week, kind of keeping Jordan Love in, to trash. Not letting anything go over the top. Now, this Browns offense is shit and it's trash, so we are going to need a lot of points here. But if this Browns team defense can kind of maybe keep the Lions in check, we may be able to get another upset alert, potentially. We'll see, though. Lions offense, it's been back on track the last 2 weeks. I'm going to call this one Lions minus 9.5, and we'll see where Vegas puts it. And there it is, Lions minus 10. So, we'll see. We'll see with the Browns here. Is this defense something that they can hang their hat on? We'll know if they can shut down this Lions offense. The spread is 10. Alrighty, next game up here, we got Eagles at Bucks. And I got this Bucks team as one of the top-tier teams in the league. We see them coming back. Baker Mayfield, ice in his veins, clutch as heck every single week. We saw the Eagles be absolutely clutch as heck. Jalen Hurts slinging the ball in the second half. The special teams blocking the kick at the end to seal the win, to seal the cover, and to seal all that. We had Jalen Hurts talking his shit at the end of the game. We love all that. And this is going to be a really good one. But I'm going to call this one, man, this is going to be good. This is going to be a good one. Is the Bucs offensive firepower just going to be too much for the Eagles defense? We saw that a little bit in the first half for the Rams game, but they cleaned it up in the second half. This is going to be a great game here. I'm going to give a little love, a little edge to the Eagles. I'm going to call this Eagles -2. Eagles -2 on the road. Wow. Whoa. Wow. No respect here. No respect here by Vegas at all. Eagles -3.5. They're giving us the field goal hook on the road. Or at home, I should say. Bucs +3.5. Damn. Damn. Wow, I mean, that's interesting. I would say I like the hook, but after what happened last week, who gives a fuck about a field goal hook? We're talking 7 points when the Eagles come to play. Man, that's going to be a great game to watch. I don't know if we can bet that, though. That's an interesting one. Alrighty, we keep moving on. Next game up, Washington at Falcons. Washington, doesn't matter what quarterback they're in because the scheme, the offense is there. Now, we're not going to have Scary Terry, but they haven't been really utilizing him that much the first 3 weeks anyway. Cliff Kingsbury can scheme. His offense is working here in the NFL. Mariota, Daniels, it does not matter. Then on the other hand, we got the Falcons coming off that real ugly, disgustingly ugly game. Lost 0 points, not being able to move the ball. The kicker, trash. The offensive coordinator being moved down to the field. And I think that's where they're going to get him. I think this Washington defense is going to be able to put the clamps on this Falcons team. I'm going to call this one Falcons at home. But I'm going to go Washington -2.5. And it's Washington -1.5. So, once again, Vegas is on our side here. We're liking Washington. That was a real ugly performance by Falcons, folks. We'll see if they can get back on track this week. Alrighty, the game where we're looking at potential value. Titans at Texans. Texans 0-3, Titans 0-3. We see this Titans team. They are changing their offensive play calling, which we like. We're seeing Cam Ward get better every single week. A lot of drops hindering the Titans offense. Where this Texans team, CJ Stroud a little in question, the defense in question. They just got rid of CJ Gardner-Johnson. I'm going to call this one Texans -6. But if it's anything over 7, I think we're green lighting the Titans with the points here. Maybe, I mean, in a perfect world, perfect betting world, I get Titans +10. It's Titans +7. Dang. I'm buying the 0.5 point, and I'm taking Titans +7.5. I don't care. They're getting better. There's a little buzz, a little optimism on this Titans team, where this Texans team, a lot of pessimism. So, 2 0-3 teams back against the wall. Division matchup. I'm taking the 7.5. I think I like that. All right, let's keep going here. More games. Next one up, we got Panthers at Patriots. I'm not buying the Panthers win. I'm not buying any of that. Drake May is a better quarterback. He's being a perfect game manager. Well, he's being a game manager. We're having some turnovers. We got to clean up a little bit. And the defense needs to kind of get its act together. But I think we may be able to get good value on this one. I'm going to go Patriots -4.5, and hopefully it's nothing more than that. And bing, oh man, our first one right on the money. Patriots -4.5, and I like that. It's an early gush. I'm early gushing on this one. I'm cool with anything kind of to that 7 mark. Yeah, Patriots. Okay. Now we're finding some good ones. I like this one a lot. Alrighty, next game up, and this is going to be, I got to shout out the NFL. The NFL schedule makers, these first 4 weeks, we've got great games. I don't even know if there's been any really dud of a game here. And it continues. Colts at Rams. Colts at Rams. Colts, golly, Daniel Jones, the offense, 40 points every single time. Rams coming off of a huge, real heartbreaking loss. Rams at home, and this Rams with a sneaky good defense. I know they just kind of got torched in the second half against the Eagles, but, that's just a game that got away from them. I'm gonna call this one Rams -3. I really don't know if any team has an edge in this game, and we'll see if Vegas overreacts one way or the other to these teams. We may be able to get some value, but we're gonna call this one Rams -3. Rams -3.5. So Vegas giving a little bit more love to the Rams, which I think is the right play. And I think I'm liking the Rams, probably -2.5, get it under that 3. Rams money line. I'm gonna side with the Rams over the Colts in this game. We'll see if Daniel Jones can get it past this Rams defense. Now, I do got to shout out this Colts defense. Colts defense is still something solid, so shout out. But we'll see if Daniel Jones can continue to go through the gauntlet, to go through the course of an NFL season where teams get tape on you. They get tape on the offense, the schemes, what y'all like to do, your tendencies, and they shut it down. So we'll see if he can keep being good, progressing throughout the season. We like Daniel Jones. We stand for Daniel Jones. But this is a real test here, Danny. Danny, lock in, baby. We got a test. Alrighty, a couple more games. Next one up, we got Jags at Niners. Jags at Niners. And if I'm getting any single points with the Jags, I'm taking them. The depleted Niners team. Keep it up with Mac Jones. He gets worse. Mac Jones gets worse week by week. There is a chance Brock Purdy plays this week, and they definitely need him. But once again, the only knock on the Jags is really all the drop passes. Liking the Jags in this game. I like them outright. I'm going to say Vegas is going to, be once again all over the Niners. Vegas loves the Niners for some reason. I'm going to call this one Niners minus. Honestly, it should be Niners -3. I think Vegas is going to make it Niners -3.5. In both scenarios, we take Jags money line. I don't care. There it is. Folks, I know what I'm talking about. I just know what I'm talking. I just need that to be known by everybody. Once again, I don't like to toot my own horn, but the way y'all talk about me sometimes is so disrespectful. I know what I'm talking about. I just called it. I just called it perfectly to the biggest T you could ever even call anything. I said the line should be 3, but Vegas is going to make it 3.5, and we take the Jags money line on it. The Jags at +3.5 is at -118. The Niners at -3.5 is at -102. More of the money is on the Jags with the points there, folks. Vegas, they slurp. They suck the Niners. This Jags team, the Sharps know. The Sharps know the Jags. And the beard is sharp. Jags money line at +145. Jags +3.5. That insurance is absolutely juicy. Thank you. I got a hook. I got a full field goal. I got a hook for insurance. Damn, dude. You shouldn't have, Vegas. All right, let's keep going on here, folks. We're really cooking here. Next game up, Ravens at Chiefs. Ravens at Chiefs. Damn, another great one. They were cooking. We are cooking on our matchups here, folks. Great games all throughout the day. Big matchups, folks. Heavyweight bouts. Ravens at Chiefs. Ravens are the better team. I don't care that the Chiefs barely beat the Giants. They squawk by them. The offense is still not good. Travis Kelce is still a bomb. Unfortunate. You've reached your end. It's unfortunate. Nobody likes to see it happen. I don't like to see it happen, but Father Time catches up with everybody. Folks, look at my hair now. This is damn. I'm balding quick, folks. Father Time catches up with everybody. Look at this. I gotta get a piece, folks. I thought I had more time than this. But Travis Kelce is done. You cannot play football anymore at the highest level. It's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. I'm balding. You can't play football anymore. Ravens dominate this game, in my opinion. I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna go Chiefs -1.5. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas makes it like Ravens -2.5. That's really what it should be. It should be Ravens -2.5. It is Ravens -2.5. Yes. I don't think this one's close here, folks. I think y'all are good. Ravens, swallow the points, take the money line, buy it up to -6.5. I think it gets ugly. I think it gets ugly early. And the Chiefs, folks, they got to get another receiver. So pay up for Tyreek Hill. I'm talking 2 first-round picks, baby. 2 first-round picks. Someone is going to be 1-3. Insane. Ravens, Chiefs, if you told anybody they'd be 1-3 to start the season, you'd be like, you obviously don't know ball. Please never watch football again. Do not talk sports again and move on. Because you don't know. But that's exactly where we are. And I think it's going to be the Chiefs. Alrighty, we got 5 more games because we got a doubleheader on Monday night. Here we go. We keep on going. Next one up. 4 games, pardon me. Bears at Raiders. Now, look, Geno Smith, 3 touchdowns, got back from his game, and still lost. Okay, that's this Raiders team. Where the Bears showed big glimpse last week, and I know it was against the Cowboys, but that's the spark the Bears needed. That's the spark, the confidence Caleb Williams needed. I am probably going to be gushing about the Bears in this game. It should be Bears -3. Does Vegas know ball? They don't. It's Raiders -1.5. Cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm taking this Bears team. The Raiders' offensive line is so shit. It's unfortunate. They got so many big minds in the Raiders, and they still can't do anything with it. The confidence is there with the Bears and Caleb. I take them on the money line here. Bears +1.5. It's at -120. I mean, people are seeing the value there. Alrighty, then we get Sunday Night Football, folks. Sunday Night Football, Packers at Cowboys. Micah Parsons revenge game. And damn, dude. Jerry Jones. You're going to look like a big old clown, but it's okay. Who cares? It doesn't matter about wins or losses. It's about you being talked about. And Jerry, you're going to be the talk of the town, baby. Jerry Jones, you're going to be the belle of the ball next week on how shit you are, how dumb of a mind you are when it comes to football. I know you're a good mind in oil and entertainment and soap opera. We get it. But you know shit about fuck when it comes about the X's and O's. And Micah Parsons is about to get your $190 million, $200 million quarterback Dunzo. Jerry Jones hates wasting money on players being injured. Well, you just did kind of cowboy on cowboy crime there. Micah Parsons is going to get after Dak Prescott, and after him good. I think this is no contest. You got the Packers with the most humiliating loss I've ever seen last week. You got the Cowboys getting absolutely trounced by the Bears offense. This is no contest. I call this one as disrespectful as you can. Packers -9.5 on the road. And it's only Packers -7. We take it. We munch it. No value in the Cowboys. No value in the Cowboys at all. That Sunday Night Football going to be a great one. Alrighty, but then we go to Monday Night Football, folks. 2 games on Monday Night Football because the games are going to be so shit. We need to just get through it. First one up, we got Jets at Dolphins. Everybody's favorite, baby. But this is the first win for the Fins, baby. Yeah, I'll call it already. I'm going to go Dolphins -5.5. Yes. Dolphins minus points. You better damn believe so, baby. Dolphins minus 5.5. Tyrod Taylor, doesn't matter. Not good anyway. This Jets defense has got names, but that's about it. Oh, okay. Now Vegas has gone too far. Vegas has gone too far now. Dolphins minus 2.5 at home? Jets a half a point better on a neutral field? Oh, come on now. Now this is just a slap in the face. Come on. We just went toe-to-toe with the best team in the league on the road. The Buffalo Bills. Oh, spare me. The Jets that needed block kicks and blocked field goals to go their way to try to get back in the game and then still lose. All right, you take your plus 2.5, not me. That's an early gush. I'm gushing. All right, that brings us to our final game of the week. Bengals at Broncos. And finally, the Broncos can get their first win of the season. So Sean McVay and the rest of the national media can get right back on that Broncos bandwagon. Bo Nix is him. This is the best defense in the league. Once again, I'm not impressed if you can beat this Bengals team, okay? But Jake Browning, I mean, he came back down to earth last week, and I expect that's where he stays, down to earth. I think this Broncos defense has some success. I'm going to call this one Broncos minus. It should really only be Broncos -4. Vegas is going to take it to the extreme of like Broncos minus. If they put it over the touchdown hook, it's despicable, and we may have to bet the Bengals at that point. But this Broncos team isn't that much better, okay, folks? Should be Broncos -4. I think they're going to make it 6.5. And it's they went real disrespect. They went truly disrespectful. They made it over the touchdown. Broncos -7.5. You got a hook with the Bengals. I think we stay away totally from this game because they're overvaluing the Broncos, and I'm not going to be able to trust Jake Browning here. But this is a closer game than Vegas is implying with this spread here, folks. Stop it with the Broncos. Stop it, please. Alrighty, so, I mean, we're right on the money mostly with Vegas all throughout. We found some great value. We found where Vegas is slipping. We have our official pick tonight, Seahawks -1.5, Seahawks on the money line. I think this is an easy win for those Seahawks tonight. I don't really think it's competitive. Kyler Murray on a Thursday, a short week. I mean, good luck. He doesn't even prepare when he's got a full week. The Call of Duty Zombies trailer just came out yesterday. Kyler Murray was all over that, okay? He was breaking it down, not breaking down the film. He was breaking down the Easter eggs. It does look good. I digress. I am a fan of Black Ops 7 Zombies. I am a fan. So, Seahawks tonight, folks. Alrighty. That is going to do it for us today. I truly appreciate y'all watching, listening, tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow for our official picks, our 5 gushes of the week. We prematured gush on a couple of the picks, but we'll give you our full breakdown, our full 5 flushed out gushes of the week. So I appreciate y'all. Follow me everywhere. Twitter. I mean, I stream everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. So whatever fits you best, you can tune in. So follow me everywhere. ST_Nick_TBF on Instagram. Right here on Twitter, Takes by Fans. Twitch, Takes by Fans. YouTube, Takes by Fans. Alrighty, folks, but I appreciate y'all. Get a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Let's make a little money. Seahawks. Don't get swindled by those Redbirds, even though they are wearing their rivalry jerseys tonight. So they'll be looking good, but they won't be playing good. Alrighty, folks, take it easy. We're out of here. We're back tomorrow.